What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to the Brown Gent. I'm here with a live video because I wanted to talk about some of the most recent comments that have been percolating, coming up to the surface around the airdrops that we've been seeing. And I wanted to talk you guys through some of what exactly is going on. But then I also have some good news because there's an opportunity. I kind of spoiled it in the thumbnail where I think we can actually get a decent airdrop from it. So we'll get into the video. But with all that being said, just remember, this is not financial advice. Do your own research. And you already know this, but we got the Web3 Secret Society. If you want extra coaching, support, and all that good stuff, check it out in the YouTube memberships. Now, if you claimed your sale token, depending on sort of what you did, if you did a ton of missions or you just voted on the proposal, you might have been left with a sour taste. Now, if we take a look here, 105 sale token comes out to like 44 cents. And for some of you, I mean, let's be honest here, if I didn't get that other like extra bit from staking that whale token, I would have been stuck with this amount on all of my wallets, which pretty disgusting, let's just say. And the comments sort of called it out. These are just some examples, and I'm not putting these people on blast because I completely agree with the sentiment. There's tons of these like peanut airdrops and yes, it's free money, but when people put in the time, like we're not doing this to get 50 cents, right? We did not vote on the proposal. We did not watch these videos or do these test nets to get a pen like 50 cents, $1, $2, not worth our time, especially since you know how incredible of an opportunity airdrops is. So the one thing I will say about all of this, and I think it really deserves to be addressed, is that, how do I put it? Airdrops are a way that a protocol markets to users. Now, we've had the Manta airdrop where really only if you were a whale did you get a ton of money, and maybe you sort of morally or immorally talked about it to sort of show your reference codes and build up thousands and thousands of referrals on your team. My team only had 10, and then I sort of made sure that the people who used my referral got sort of extra referrals. On top of that, I split half my referral rewards with the people who use my code. So I thought that was pretty fair. Most people didn't do that. A lot of influencers, I'll just call out Virtual Bacon. He's not a bad guy, but I heard he's taken a ton of heat because he used that to parlay into a huge score. Now, he's got a huge sort of amount of wealth on chain that he used. And the reality is, if this channel is not meant to help whales. Whales don't need to watch YouTube. All whales need to do is put their money in Bitcoin and Ethereum and let it skyrocket. But the more barriers that are put up for whales, once it's no longer worth the whale's time, they won't do it. So when you use chains that everyone is so used to using, so anything ERC20 related, so Ethereum, anything related to testnets on Ethereum, very easy to use, very low barrier. If you're looking at sort of even IBC, passively staking, everyone knows how to do that. Whales are investing in Injective, in Celestia. They're staking a ton of money. They're getting a ton of APR rewards, and they're also going to cash in big time. So a ton of these also end up being whale drops, but sometimes we're lucky enough and we get sort of a piece of the pie. Dimension's a great example where one Celestia token got you 205 Dimension tokens, estimated value between $3 to $5 a token. But then also, like even Solana, you get a bunch of rewards based on how much you stake. Now, it's not to say these are bad things, but they're not really going to distinguish yourself from the whale. Now, if you're sitting here and you want to convert time into money versus sort of having money and sort of using time to fractionally increase it, you want to avoid whale drops, but you also want to, for the most part, try to find opportunities that aren't going to be diluted, right? So even if you get a smaller share, if there are less people farming it, then it's better for you. And I'll be honest with you, a ton of people employ this strategy on Twitter. You'll find that there's a group of 20 or 50 influencers who just copy and paste each other's threads. They go nowhere. They're dead ends. They say, you'll know them because they'll say cost is 0, time is 5 minutes. And the first thing they tell you is, okay, so buy this $100 NFT, do this thing. And like, they just make people waste their money. You really want to avoid people like that. And I'm not going to say names. I think you'll recognize them on crypto Twitter when sort of that happens. One of the reasons why I don't sort of post a ton about airdrops, I want to be very selective on the ones I post about, because I want to make sure that, one, from now on, ever since Manta, they are likely or very less likely to be whale drops. If they are and I talk about it, I'll let you guys know. Number two, I recognize, look, not everybody's got a big account. How do I help the everyday person build up their wallet ahead of the bull run, so then the bull run can sort of take you to, like, you know, Valhalla or whatever people like to say. We'll just see what we got here. We got Sajin Cool Magar. Sir, is it good to participate in the Chroma airdrop? Yes. So the one thing I would say about Chroma is sort of an Ethereum using chain. And because I think it's sort of like, I think it's an Asian network, it's less used. If you look at sort of how much the activity is there and compare it to their funding, there's a huge potential. And let me tell you something. You know how you know there's a huge potential? Take a look at hypermarket. So when I first made that video talking about selling that NFT that you created, waiting for the price to come down, it did. I sold my NFT for $160, 0.074 ETH. It went down all the way to 0.036. Sorry, I'm trying to close Discord because I'm getting a ton of messages. So I don't want it to beep throughout the whole time. So yeah, 0.038, 0.036. I ended up buying an NFT at 0.04 ETH. I bought it back. But the cost to create that NFT was like $30 to $40. And the reality is, people are starting to realize, hey, Chroma is undervalued. The price of that actually went up. It is now sitting at almost 0.06 Ethereum. And it has the floor has been bought up, because I think people are realizing, hey, I want to stack as many of these as possible because this airdrop is going to be juicy. So that's one of it, right? That's the Chroma Questmaster. I also think the Chroma Guardian NFT is a fantastic opportunity. Look, I'm not here to sort of make money off you guys, which is why I'm telling you guys, if you can buy that NFT at $300, the price goes up to $1,450. Don't wait for me to purchase and give you my referral code. Just go right away, try to get the cheapest price possible, and then you can potentially flip it for so much more. By the way, if you're one of those people who took my advice on it, please comment on my videos. Let me know how much you bought it for and how much you sold it for, because I'd love to know that. But I think Chroma, if you are not getting that Quest NFT, considering it's basically free, like $30 to $40 to do so, I don't know what to tell you, because you could literally sell it right away. At a minimum, get $140. So you can make $100 just for doing this, which is significantly more than all of these airdrops that people are putting, $1,000 or $2,000 into and maybe getting $10. Snapper says, love your airdrop videos. Too scared of X scam. Yeah, here's the thing. By the way, I'm going to say this because I employ a ton of security on my stuff, but I'm not infallible. The last thing I want is for my stuff to be so reputable that people sort of use it without thinking. Regardless, please vet sort of what I show you in my links with anything else that you see, just in case something feels off. I always take precaution before I put anything on here that I've already not audited, because I basically checked it out to make sure it's safe. But at the same time, hey, anybody's account can get hacked. I can't promise you that won't happen to me. I've put a ton of precautions in place, but you never know. And I want you guys to still be self-aware. Do not just do it blindly because I posted it, please. But I do appreciate you saying that. We got Pirate Barrel here. Yes, the less known it is, the more rewarding it will be for small players, like the Yaka Finance video I did. 100%. And it's a constant struggle for me, because I do have the alpha group, and they do have some alpha that I won't post on here. But then there are some alpha that I also I'll give you an example. For Yaka Finance, 2 days before I posted this video for Yaka Finance about getting the whitelist, I had told people in my Discord, in the membership group, to try to get it because it was not being highly competitive. Like, I got mine so easy by doing so. And all you had to do is post a tweet or, do a quiz, and, people weren't really trying it. After I posted the video, it went nuts. Everyone sort of wants to get that whitelist. And the reason is that NFT gets you a huge, I think it's like, 3,000 tokens minimum. And it's only 120 say to purchase it with a whitelist, 150 to purchase if you don't, but it's not guaranteed. But this is exactly why you want to find something, small and not diluted. And the easiest way for it not to be diluted is for you to, how to put this? The easiest way for it to not be diluted is for it to not be on the traditional chains. Yaka Finance, for example, uses Say, so you'll use your Compass wallet. The campaign I'm going to show you right now today uses the Petra wallet, and the Petra wallet, what's it called? The Petra wallet is all about, it's Aptos. But people don't want to use that. Whales have all their money in Ethereum. They want EVM or ERC20 type tokens to use because they can swap to those tokens, go in a whale drop like Manta, cash in, cash out, and really brute force their way to massive gains, while the regular person who puts in maybe even 1 or 2 ETH, maybe 0.25 ETH, gets nothing, right? So you really want to avoid that. Is EigenLayer, I always say this word wrong, EigenLayer a whale drop? Kind of. So EigenLayer is a whale drop in the sense that obviously it scales, right? So I call anything that's a whale drop, does it scale with more money, right? So is it like a direct linear thing, or is there like different tiers? How does this work, right? What I would say about EigenLayer is it is still a very good protocol to get into if you can. And the reason for that is not even APR, but it is going to unlock a ton of other opportunities. Case in point, if you had staked enough with EigenLayer, you would have qualified for a higher tier on alt today and gotten a bigger airdrop, right? So the tiers scaled up significantly. So like I saw like somebody who had like one of the NFTs got like 35,000 alt tokens, right? That's huge, right? And obviously, there are things we can learn to help identify what NFTs we want to hold for other protocols that might do something for us in the same manner. Now, they are going to open up on February 5th to actually allow you to restake your ETH. My recommendation, I made a video on Swell Network and EigenLayer. Check it out. I am going to get some Ethereum ready to add to that because I want to farm a much bigger EigenLayer airdrop, and there's going to be a cap again, right? So you only have a limited amount of time to top that up. That's the first thing. Number 2 is also just getting other protocols when they're launching, using this as a bonus or as one of their sort of factors. And just because somebody's asking about the update for Zomedica, I got right here. Let's see if you can see it. This is the voting notice asking me if I want to, I don't know why it's not showing. It's asking me, do I want to vote for a reverse stock split? And I basically want to give this thing the middle finger because let's be honest here, that's the literal worst thing that could happen to Zomedica. If this happens, I believe this stock is pretty much dead in the water. But that's pretty much the update. Like, I'm not going to make a video on it because there just isn't enough time. I might do a stock recap, but like, you don't want the stock to go to 1 cent and have an 80-to-1 reverse stock split. I'll be voting no. I hope everybody else has common sense enough to do the same thing. Otherwise, hey, you can't save the people who don't want to be saved. What do I think about Injective upcoming airdrops? You know what? I will talk about that in a future video. I actually have that video pretty much queued up and ready to record. I'm very positive on it. That's how much I'll tell you right now. Make sure you're staking a sufficient amount of Injective with your validators. I stake to Black Panther and Talos Protocol. And the reason for that is even though Black Panther, I think, is the #1 validator for Injective, they're supposed to have an airdrop that will care about this. So for the interim, I'm doing that. Once that airdrop is done, I will redelegate. So just to sort of wrap up this first part, when I talk about, how sucky it is that these things are getting diluted, what you want to do is find protocols that people just aren't going to go to. People just won't put the effort in, right? They will get you a ton of money, especially now, because any idiot knows that airdrops are very lucrative. So the more people who jump in, it's like an equilibrium. It comes down. But then the more barriers you put, the more effort something takes, the less likely somebody is to invest in it, especially now. Like, we're at an influx period of time where people are getting kicked harder and harder. People are dropping off and saying, hey, these airdrops, maybe they're not just worth it anymore. I'm not wasting my time here for $1. At a certain point, the pendulum will swing the other way. But if you even want to get beyond that, focus on the ones that will have a huge ROI. So ZK Sync is good. Layer 0 is good. People aren't doing the necessary work. I will be doing a very long, in-depth video on exactly how to do those things. There's tons of stuff there. But beyond that, go off EVM. Get off Solana. Get off IBC. You can have those airdrops. You can do these things, but don't go crazy there. Like, you can do the staking, like, EigenLayer. You can do sort of the the Soul Blaze I showed you last night. You could do sort of the IBC staking with the validators for Atom, Injective, Celestia, but really start trying to explore outside of that. This is where there is a lot of potential. Mr. NH asks, what do you think of all the speculation on Pyth staking for airdrops? Yeah, so I've seen the same thing. Probably one of the few crypto airdrop farmers that I sort of trust says this is complete dog shit. Says Pyth is very unlikely to have any of this. They had dumped all their Pyth, in fact. You never really know, right? So like, I'm not against having some Pyth. I have 1,000 Pyth that I've staked, and the reason for that I'll tell you. And I'm gonna make a video on this, so I don't want to go into too much detail. You want to be in the top like 30 to 35% of Pyth stakers, and they have like a website called like Rune or Dune or something like that, and you can see like where you stand. So I basically staked enough for that, and that way, if there is something that happens passively, if it doesn't, so be it. It's sort of investment. That's also why I tell you guys, don't just sort of sit on every airdrop you get. Cash some out. My plan is I don't plan on cashing out my Dimension, but I plan on cashing out my sale. Like, I sold, I don't know, I got like 4,000 sale tokens, got like 20 osmosis for it this morning, because why not? So that's pretty much what I wanted to talk about in terms of airdrop strategies. The last thing I'll say here is, when you're on Twitter and crypto Twitter, if you see somebody post pretty much the same thing and start tagging their friends and going, hey, follow these 8 people, bookmark this thread, this is the time it takes, blah, 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 all this stuff before giving you any value, and you see the same old, just block them. Why? Because Twitter's going to think, because you read the damn thread, that you think this is valuable. It's going to send you more and more of those. And what that ends up doing is sending you on a wild goose chase. What I do on this channel is recognize, hey, you're probably trying to balance your life with other priorities. Maybe you want to go to the gym. Maybe you got a family. You got work, right? You got your friends. You don't want to be on crypto doing every little direction these people do just because like they want to they want to profit off you. They want to get your engagement. Why would you ever want to do that? It's disgusting, because they do a ton of engagement farming, and that's how they want to make their money. They're not making money off airdrops. They're making money off like X and giving them sort of revenue, right? Speaking of which, we got a new member here. Congratulations and welcome to the Web3 Secret Society, BJJ Caveman. My recommendation, I put instructions on how you can link your YouTube account to your Discord. If you have challenges with it, please email me or message me on Twitter or anything. I'll walk you through the process myself. But welcome and congratulations. Ali, it is never too late to stake Celestia. just go. And you know what? I was going to say it, but I made a video, literally called it the complete guide to Celestia airdrops, maybe like 3 or 4 days ago. Watch that video. I go from start to finish on what you got to do. Do that, and you'll put yourself in the best position to be captured in any snapshots that are taken from whenever you do it moving forward. That's the best thing you can do. You can't change whatever happened before, so you will not qualify for Dimension. You will not qualify for EigenLayer. You will not qualify for any other project that's done a snapshot. But moving forward, you will. So better now than later. Let's just say. Saadke. Ola from Portugal. Hey, how's it going? I'm a new subscriber. After you cash out your airdrop, do you put that into any other token? It depends. So right now, because we're on a retracement, 100%. So for me, when I sold my sale token, it was very easy to just keep it in Osmo because that's what I swapped it to. But if I was on ERC20, the token I would switch it to right now is Ethereum. I think Ethereum has not really done anything this year. And I think that it's just like Solana. People are going to wake up one day and go, wait a second, Ethereum has not moved that much in the last, 6 months? And there's a ton of potential. So if you're looking for good opportunities, I bought I bought $1,000 worth of Matic like yesterday or 2 days ago at like 71 cents US. I bought some Ethereum at 2,200 US. Not saying we won't get cheaper prices, but we may not. So I'm willing to buy some more even cheaper, but I wanted to make sure I sort of reloaded here. Those are probably the two outside Avalanche. So those three actually. Avalanche, Ethereum, and Matic are the three that I have been loading up on recently just to sort of kind of fill my bags. Not to say the other things aren't good. Like if you do end up ever joining the Web3 Seeker Society, I have a full portfolio breakdown of the percentages I want to have of each token going into the bull run. And obviously it depends on the size of your portfolio. So it scales up and down based on that, but it's basically a template that I share with the members. Okay, so now we've been here for 22 minutes. I want to make sure I don't stay on this too long because I do have to eat some dinner and I have to go to the gym. Let me just go back here. So maybe I'll just answer a few more comments. Okay, so why Matic? Just the fundamentals. So the fundamentals and the price action, you take a look here. It's at 71 cents, 72 cents. It was like $1 something. The technology is very good. And they're about to sort of rebrand the whole thing. So I don't even think the Matic token will exist in a short little while. I forget what they're renaming it to. But if you look into it, it's a very, very undervalued token. Now, the beauty about the bull market is like pretty much everything will go up because money will just sort of sink to the lowest level. And a lot of people will be looking for gems throughout the entire bull run, right? So what happens typically, Bitcoin goes up first, then Ethereum, and then all the other alts come up with it. And as sort of these get filled up, these prices, they drop to the next one and they all sort of get filled up. In that sort of schematic, I think Matic, Avalanche are gems. I don't think Ethereum is amazingly special. I just think it has lagged so far behind the price action of every other crypto. And, there's other opportunities there. Thoughts on meme airdrops, Wasmo and Hava? Honestly, I really don't. The challenge is the meme season started a little too early and it hasn't really sustained itself. The meme rallies we used to see in the past have all been like, how do I put this? Like you'd get like Wawa or whatever, like Chihuahua on Cosmos, and people wouldn't just like sort of get them and dump them. The memes we've seen like on Injective, the memes we've seen on a ton of protocols are just pump and dumps. Right? Like I'm not gonna name all the names, one starts with a C, right? But like C and U, right? Like they all like literally go up and go down because people are using them to just farm liquidity off unsuspecting people who buy in after them. Any memes, I would wait until we've seen actually some massive runs because then there's a ton of liquidity to actually make these go up 100x, 300x. Right now, the money just isn't there. The money has to first come from Bitcoin and Ethereum through the outflows. So I would wait. I think I posted a video on Wasmo, but Hava, like I know I qualified. I saw the sort of notification. Guys, if you don't follow me on Twitter, check out my Twitter because I repost a lot of people on Twitter and also post my own thoughts, but you won't miss anything there either. Is there a date for when Chroma is launching their token? I'm not sure, but their Guardian NFT sale is on the 29th, and I think their token generation event will be a little after that. In terms of their project long term, they're very well funded. They got a good team. I can't sort of see the future, but if you're just a sort of speculative trader, I think it's a fantastic opportunity because there's no eyes on it. And when there's no eyes on it, this stuff, it will start to skyrocket. If you just take a look at the confidence that people have to sort of be buying up the floor of the NFTs that will get the airdrop, it should tell you how much confidence is in the project and is not as well known as most people think. Mr. NH, please post in the chat what errors you're having finishing the quests, and we'll try to address those for you. I've had some of those. And yes, Satek, I'm doing chest day because I skipped leg day yesterday. So like my leg day used to consist of deadlifts, squats, and like, calf raises. Now I just stretch my calves while I'm doing YouTube videos. I'm doing it right now. Just feel the stretch, But got a bench. I'm benching, 210 times 8 reps today. So that's what I'm aiming for. I went for like 6 last time. So working up to 225, that magic number. All right. So we'll wait for my Mr. NH to put in sort of the errors they're having with the Chroma quest. Now let's talk about Aptos. Aptos is a token that has sort of retraced over the last little while. It's sitting around $8. Now, there is a quest that's going on in Galaxy. I find Galaxy to have better quests than Interact and others. I've done quests on pretty much everything, but the reality is like they don't really like follow through as well. Now, Galaxy does have its downfalls. Like sometimes the API sucks. So I would recommend, and by the way, the links to all of this are in the description. Follow Aptos, join their Discord. They've already finished their quest 1 and 2, but it shouldn't matter. You want to do their fundamental quests. In this case, quest 3, you're supposed to like learn how to buy, sell, bid, and swap NFTs on Aptos. So in terms of the time it'll take you, depends on like what you have. If you already have the Petra wallet, this will likely take you like 5 to 10 minutes and probably cost you like $5 to $10. But if you haven't gotten any of this, maybe it takes you 15 to 20 just to set up the Petra wallet. Not sure. So the first thing you got to do here, just click on these buttons. It won't open for me, but if you're on the screen, when you click on it, it'll have a pop-up window and ask you if you want to follow these individuals individually. Once you're done, you come back here and you see this arrow, like the circular arrow. Just click on it and it'll sort of confirm. Sometimes it takes like 30 seconds to a minute for the API to update. So don't have an issue there. This should be very, very easy. The last one here, you'll have to submit your wallet address through a form, and I'll show you the form after, but you've got to do 2 of the activities that are listed here. So there's 6 activities, right? You have to either buy an NFT on one of these marketplaces, sell an NFT on one of these marketplaces, mint an NFT on one of these marketplaces, bid on an NFT in any of these places. And by the way, clicking on any of these will take you to their website, or you can mint on either Weppl or Mercado Launchpad. I chose the easiest ones, in my opinion, to buy an NFT and bid on an NFT. And you have to make sure that you're bidding on an NFT that is from a verified collection, because otherwise it won't count. I don't know why it's not saying it here. I feel like I read that somewhere, but it's not saying it right here. I remember seeing it somewhere, but who knows? Okay, and we'll just say something right here for Mr. NH. Azumi not verifying LP and swap. You have to wait. So put your mouse over that circle. So I'm going to do it right here. It'll tell you the last update time. Check what time that was versus where you have yours. It likely takes up to 3 days. It took mine 3 days to update when I first did it. Nightcrow not verifying the pre-registration. Can you go to their Discord and post that exactly And maybe if I'm on later, I can also help identify that for you. Okay. So now what we will do here is the first step is to make sure that you go to your profile. So you scroll to the top and you see like your link or whatever. You go to settings. When you go to settings, you want to navigate to wallet address. In your wallet address for Galaxy, you can add multiple wallets. And the reason for this is it can track your on-chain activity, right? Now, we already know EVM and Solana are not going to really if there are some airdrops that are big, it's going to be nice, but I won't expect too much there. Like, yes, there could be some nice ones. Aptos and Say, that's where I think there will be some money to be made because like we said earlier, the barriers are there. Not everybody wants to go here. It's like, oh my God, I got to learn a new chain. I've got to install a new wallet. I got to do all these activities. I got to use these node protocols. What's the point? Why can't I just deposit my money? That's what these whales think. That's what most people think. If you're sitting here watching me talk about Aptos and going, oh, I don't want to install another wallet, this is exactly the reason that you should be doing it. Sorry, just give me a second. So once you add your Aptos wallet, right? For you, you'll see add address. You pick the thing. In this case, Aptos will be down here. You click on Aptos. You type in your wallet address. And the way you do that is you have to make sure you go to petra.app and install your wallet. Once you install your wallet, you will just literally have to go through the process. It's just like MetaMask. And I'm just going to screenshot this here so you see what this looks like. So this is what you see here. This is my wallet for Aptos. You put your mouse over this like 2 boxes sign as usual, and it will copy and paste your wallet address. And then you go back here and you paste it. So that's that. Now, the next step is to go back, and what you want to do is you want to make sure that you have money in your Aptos wallet, right? So the way you do, or Petra wallet, sorry, your Petra wallet. The way you do that is you can use the Aptos bridge. And the really cool thing about using the Aptos bridge is this is powered by Layer 0 technology. So by doing this, you're also giving yourself another transaction to help you when you're farming the Layer 0 airdrop, which out of the two biggest airdrops I'm expecting this year are Layer 0 and ZK Sync. These are the two. Like, not even close. I think it would be a remiss if you weren't farming those, if you did not have the approach to do that. If you guys aren't sure how to do that, let me know. And I think for ZK Sync I made a video, but maybe for Layer 0 I'll make a video. So what you want to do is you connect your wallets. So the first wallet you'll connect, the top one, EVM. So I'll pick MetaMask, and it's connecting there. And the second one you can pick between Petra, Pontum, Future. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. We'll just pick Petra, okay? So now I can select token. Let's just go Avalanche. I got $1,000 here. Great. We'll put 50 USDC, and I will click here, and I will pick Aptos and get 50 USD cent here, right? What you want to do, and the reason it's not working is I don't have gas there yet, but you can add gas on destination, medium, whatever. So why is this? Zoom out. Ugh, hold on. Stupid. Yeah. So the reason this is not happening is I had accidentally sent my Avalanche token earlier, so I don't have enough on that. But this is all you got to do. It's very simple. Once you've made that transfer, it takes like a few minutes, okay? And once that's done, you want to go to aptos.pancakeswap, and here you can actually change that USDC. I got like Layer 0 USDC coin. I can change that for Aptos. I can put max here. I'll just do this here to show you. I go here, swap, and it does the exact same thing that you're used to seeing, like literally like MetaMask, all these things are all the same, right? Like it looks exactly the same. I'm gonna go back and do it. So hopefully that, here we go, hit approve. And you see here, very, very simple. So that was very easy, right? You just pick the tokens, swap them here, and you've sort of changed it from USDC or whatever you bridged to the token we need. Now you've got Aptos token. Now I don't want you spending a ton of Aptos either, right? So here's like what it looks like. we'll go back to this quest. And in this quest, I'm going to choose to be sort of the most frugal possible. So let's say we're going and we're saying, all right, let's do 2 of these activities. The easiest one is to bid on an NFT. So we'll go to Markata. Okay. We can literally go to any of these that have a green check mark, right? The green check mark tells you it's verified. You don't want to do any of these. The reason for that is they will not get you credit. Okay. So let's just look at, I don't know. Let's see here. What's the floor price? 45 for Quantum Space Pirates. We'll click here. And now I will click on this and I'll click bid. And I'm going to offer them 0.001 or whatever. Okay. And it transfers 0.001 in escrow, and the network fee is even much smaller than that. Bang. Once this is done, we've just done one of our tasks, and this costs us like a few cents. Not even a few cents. Like, it costs us like 1/100th of your sale airdrop. That's probably the best way to put it. The next thing is we go to Topaz, and now what we want to do is we want to find, once again, a verified NFT that we can purchase and that we can sort of sell back potentially later. So in this case, we got apps, floor price 0.0095. We click here. This is whatever. All right, cool. I'll just hit buy now. This is their version of an inscription. Done. Okay. And there we go. That is literally the 2 on-chain transactions. And just in case, I'm going to click on here, sell instantly, whatever, get it out of my account, just to make sure I'm getting that. Because honestly, who cares about the 1 or 2 cents? This is literally as easy as it is. Once you've done that, you just got to go here to the form, right? And the way you open the form is, once you're done all these, you click on this button. It'll take you to a Google form. I'm not showing the whole thing because it has like my personal email and everything on the top. So I just screenshotted this. You type in your email address again because it uses my Google account. You copy and paste your wallet address, right? So we showed you how to do that. You hit submit. And then what'll happen is come back in a day or 2 and you just hit the refresh button. For me, I just submitted it right before this video to make sure that all of the stuff worked. But that's pretty much it. Very, very easy. Make sure you follow these guys as well. The reason you want to follow them is the next time something comes up, right? You click on Aptos, you see it. It'll be here for you to do. Right now, it's only this one, right? The other thing is you also want to make sure that you go to their Discord and check it out. Once all of this is done, you go here, you'll see that you can claim an OAT and you claim it. I think the expectation is that at some point, the team is going to do some sort of redemption for the OATs for each of these quests. So this is why I think it's very important that you do it. Yes, it gives you some experience and gets you some on-chain activity, and you got a layer 0 like kind of check mark there as well. But this is sort of what I think could really help you out. We got Mr. NH, thanks to Chips. I'll try. Yeah, I hope it works out. And like the Chroma one was very challenging. Airdrop farming is hard. That's why you got to really focus and spend your time on the most important things. I think at the end of the day, you really, really want to make sure that you use the Pareto principle. It's not just about doing everything, because then you never get off your computer. You're going to use a ton of money on transaction fees. We're here to spend the least amount of time and money and make the most. That's probably what I want to do, and that's sort of the culture I want to instill in you guys. And yes, there will be things that, no brainer will do. We'll vote on a sale proposal and hope the thing is worth something. And when it's not worth that much, okay, so be it. But stuff like this, stuff like Chroma, just doing Chroma is a plus $100 move. So if your portfolio is not $10,000, I mean, even if it's $10,000, that's 1%. I can't see people turning it down. Maybe if your portfolio is $1 million, then don't do it. Otherwise, $100 for half an hour to an hour of work, that seems like a pretty good deal in my opinion. Love these streams. Oh, perfect. We got Umar here from the DFK days. How's it going? Thank you. someday you got to make price prediction video on your top allocation. I definitely will. The reason I don't like making price prediction videos is some people will never sell because if you give them a price, right? I like to be very transparent. I can't sort of tell you what the top or the bottom is. What I can tell you is what I think the move is. So that's why I said, like, probably 3 weeks ago on a live stream, I said, guys, I am not holding on to my alt. I sold 70% of them because I expected Bitcoin to come down. I posted a chart on Twitter showing that. People came at me saying I'm arrogant. And then I sort of posted the updated chart that got filled out because I put the arrow, and all of that stuff came through. Now, does that mean I can see the future? No. And does that mean I'm 100% accurate? Of course not. My Ethereum prediction is not sort of played out the way I wanted it to. It started to, but it's taken so much longer than I thought of it dropping down max to 1900 in my opinion. Bitcoin, I think max 35 to 37,000. And then I think that's the end of it for this cycle before it goes up, which is why I'm willing to buy it, right? Because the probability of these things going down even more goes down, the more down it goes, right? The higher Bitcoin went, we went 120 something days without a correction. That's why it's pretty clear, like the ETF would be the perfect sell the news event. But I don't want people to sort of sit there and go, hey, the Brown Gent said that token X is going to $10,000 and then not sell it, right? I know it's great for views. I would get like 100,000 views on a video if I did that, but I don't want to do that because my credibility means so much. And I would rather tell you things that I know for certain or things that I feel really strongly about than things that I think are more hope or need a lot of things to go right in order to do. So I hope that makes sense. I will say, here are the things I'm the most bullish on, but I'm very skeptical to make a price prediction. What I will do is I will be making videos when I'm selling out of stuff. And when I say, here's where I think the local top is, or the top of the bull market. And that's not to say you guys got to follow. I'm just sharing sort of what I think and what I'm doing. What you choose to do is up to you. That's sort of up. The whole thing is up to you. Because at the end of the day, this is your money. You guys worked hard for it. I don't want you guys sort of, relying on anybody else to sort of tell you what to do with your money. Have quite a few wallets now for these diff. Yeah, good. Like, I think it's fantastic. Like, let me just show you here the wallets I have up here. Let me just paste it here so you see it. This is my taskbar. So that should give you an idea of and I've also hidden some wallets. So that should give you an idea of how many of these I have, right? So the first one obviously is MetaMask. The second one is the Rabby. I forget what the third one is. What is the third one? The third one is Leap Cosmos, right? And the fourth one is Kepler. Hello, how's it going? Take off your hat, bro. No, I haven't shaved my head properly, right? So you can see here, there's still some stuff here, So I shave my head I don't even shave my head properly. My wife does every week. So it starts growing out and I'm I want to keep it fully even. So I just do that. So no, I like the hat. 2024, 2025 will be awesome. Yeah, I'm excited for it. It's going to be sick. This is a very once in a lifetime opportunity. This is the first time prior to ETF that we have the ability to get in and make a ton of money. And I think we've earned it. We've been through the bear market. We've been through the struggles. For those of us who have been through it multiple cycles or even just the last one, this is our time to shine. And that's why I want you guys to do the most you can over the next year to 2 years. Why? Because you earned it. And just like we were in the depths of despair 2 years ago, we're going to be in the depths of despair probably end of 25, early 26. And you want to make sure you've maximized and taken your money out and you're out there on vacations with your friends and your family. Not complaining about the wallets. I kind of enjoy the airdrop process and completing the task. Yeah, same here. It does get annoying sometimes. Probably the one I like the least is all of the Bitcoin activities because they're very obscure and they're very different than most of the others. But no, I would tend to agree with you. But I do like when something works properly, right? So a lot of the test nets and things we do, sometimes there's issues. Well, my recommendation for you guys and my homework for you guys is go on crypto Twitter. and go through like who you're following, go through all of that, and start unfollowing the people that you realize are giving you bogus information, because they create threads to sort of engagement bait by putting in specific words like, oh my God, this airdrop's going to be worth $1,000 and whatever. There are some people who give really good information, and I will share some of those with you guys in a future video, but start doing that. Anyways, that's pretty much all I got to say for this video. I really hope, we had a good we did have a good conversation around how to find the best airdrops. So I use like Ledger's good. I don't know if you can see this. So Ledger's good. I also have the Grid Lattice, which is also fantastic, but it's only for EVM. I also have used a Trezor in the past, and I've used a Keystone. My favorite of all the bunch is a Ledger because it can be used with all the tokens. But I'll make a video sort of talking about cold storage because I think that's the most important thing. You know what's crazy? I heard that she was involved in that big scandal that came with Satoshi VM as well, which is absolutely disgusting. I can't verify that it's true, but that's what people have said, because the reality is like a lot of these like influencer types, they just pumped and dumped on their followers, and Ape Terminal came out and basically said, Mac and BTC or whatever, they basically said that they took all the tokens given to them and just gave them to all their influencer friends, and they dumped on everyone. We got to watch out. These people are not your friend. These people are out here for themselves, right? Like a lot of these people, they don't have money already, so they'll do whatever it takes to take from you. Don't let them do it. The only way these people win is by by people following them and doing what they say and giving them more engagement by retweeting them, liking it, and whatever. That's why I don't do that stuff. That's why I always sort of mute these people, hide whatever when it recommends, because Twitter will say, oh, he does a lot of airdrop stuff, he's going to want to see this. And I see a bunch of trash. One trip, throw some tries. I can't see it here, but like tries are okay. Like it's okay, right? Like they're not the biggest, but they're okay. So I do appreciate that. Like I am trying to get like swole as hell, obviously, but I want to get this chest out. I want 225. That's the only way I'll be happy. Only way I'll be happy. But whatever. All right, yeah. Never spend your BTC. I'm not going to sell my BTC for a while. On the correction, I didn't sell any BTC. I didn't sell any Ethereum. Yeah, it had to do with the tricep comment. People can't make those comments and not expect me to do that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. One of the things that I wanted to do is make sure we had this conversation. Make sure we talked a lot about sort of airdrop farming and what you guys can get out of it. And I also want you guys to not sleep on this opportunity here, because I think this closes on the 5th of February. 7th of February, this quest closes. It opened on the 24th. If you have any issues, post in the comments or join their Discord. Their mods, unlike Chroma's mods, are very helpful. I found Chroma's mods to be the absolute worst, like absolutely the worst. No, for sure. But I was just like, I'm actually really happy with my triceps. My triceps and my chest are probably two of my most favorite features. My calves are my least favorite. I literally sit there and just stare at them and stretch them all day. But I appreciate that. And yes, we will be doing some overhead easy bars once I've sort of burnt out on the bench press tonight and incline. Anyways, that's all for this video. If you want extra support, guidance, coaching, whatever, we got the Web3 Secret Society. We're continuing to grow. That being said, I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure you share the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.